Today, we're going to continue talking about the quarterback one situation in Cleveland, and the Cleveland fans should be worried after 1 week of preseason. We're also going to be talking about the rookie quarterbacks whose stock is going up after a great first preseason game. And lastly, we're going to talk about Jayden Daniels and LSU situation and do an NFL roundup of what's going on with injuries, suspension, and signings around the league. So, thank you guys for watching. Everybody new, everybody returning. This is another week of Monday Morning Football, and let's get into it. I'm McGarren Hart. This is HartZone. So, first up, let's get back into the Cleveland situation. We talked about it last week. Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders, who's going to start. I talked a little bit last week about how I thought Shedeur should start because he has more time, he's younger, all that good stuff. But first preseason game, they both played. Deshaun Watson started it off. Shedeur Sanders ended up spelling him in the second half. But Deshaun Watson didn't start the game off great. I mean, neither one of them played great. Deshaun played better. Let's just say Cleveland's probably in trouble. Deshaun put together some decent drive screen passes, just holding the ball a little too long still. Same thing with Shedeur. He came in, he started off great, he made some great passes, still holding the ball a little longer, but he has gotten faster with his processing. And then he had the terrible overthrow pick, which kind of turned a lot of people off, but we just got to give it time. We say this all the time. We'll see in the next couple weeks. They got more time to figure it out. But as of right now, Deshaun Watson is leading the race. He did look much better in that preseason game. And it's not looking good for Cleveland either way. It's probably another bad year for them. But we'll see if they can figure out a quarterback or they'll have to take one next year. But as of right now, Deshaun is leading that, and we'll see what happens. So next up, I had 3 quarterbacks that I really highlighted whose stock just went up after their first game. The first one I'm going to mention, I wasn't as high on during the draft just because they said he was going number 1 overall. I think he's a great quarterback. He's a Heisman winning quarterback. He had a great college career. But to go number 1 overall, in my eyes, I feel like you should have an elite intangible, whether that be arm strength, athleticism, or accuracy, or some mix of all 3 of them pretty much together. And I didn't see anything elite from Mendoza. He did everything really good. He's a great leader. He's great at the back shoulder throws. But anywho, his first preseason game was actually pretty good. He stayed poised. He was throwing his back shoulder like he usually do. He was accurate. He showed his legs a little bit. I think it's nothing to be worried about as of right now. Kirk Cousins obviously probably starts the year off for Oakland or Las Vegas Raiders, but Mendoza obviously will eventually come in and spell him. So right now, don't be worried, Raiders fans. Mendoza looked decent in the first game. He went through his reads. He wasn't terrible with his accuracy. So I think he'll end up starting eventually, and y'all will be good to go. It'll be decent for y'all. Now, the next 2 I really love. Ty Simpson, another one I wasn't as high on in the draft. I thought the Rams reached, but I completely backstepped that. He looked amazing in that first preseason game. I can definitely see what they saw. Sean McVay's system is going to be so perfect for him because he's actually been accurate. He looks poised. He's going through all of his reads. He's used his legs when he needed to. He actually just looked great in that first preseason game, where my whole perspective has changed on Ty Simpson. And I think he's honestly going to be a good quarterback to spell Matthew Stafford in the future. He has plenty of time to learn from one of the best quarterbacks, as well as the best offensive mind in the league. So Ty Simpson stock is all the way up, and he's looking good for the future for the LA Rams. And lastly, I have my Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm getting overhyped. I don't care. Star Drew Aller. I was very hyped about him in the draft. I wanted them to draft him so bad. They end up drafting him. He has all the intangibles, a big arm. He has legs. He can be accurate. He got to improve his footwork and his throwing styles, but that's why he's not supposed to start this year. He's going to learn from one of the best, and Aaron Rodgers, Mike McCarthy, to kind of get better, grow. And you never know, next year the Pittsburgh Steelers might finally have their quarterback one of the future. I'm really hoping so. He has the intangibles. Like I say, he just has to keep learning. And that's a great start to the preseason for him. Hopefully he keeps it going throughout the other weeks. And maybe he'll get some regular season run and blowouts if, Pittsburgh does good. We'll see. But those are the rookies whose stock went up for this week. All 3 quarterbacks had a great first preseason game. So next up, let's talk about Jayden Daniels and LSU. That's a kind of a crazy situation. What pretty much happened is Jayden Daniels isn't happy that LSU has given his number 5 out to a cornerback on their team who started last year or played a lot of games as a freshman last year. And apparently they promised him number 5 before Lane Kiffin got there, and they gave it to him this year. Nobody has worn number 5 for LSU ever since Jayden Daniels has left there, but the standard is so high at LSU. This isn't Arizona State. This isn't Tulane. This isn't USF. This isn't some smaller college where they're going to retire your number just because you were a Heisman winner. This is LSU. This is a team that had a very highly successful season just less than 5 years prior. And yeah, it's hard to say, oh, Joe Burrow just had this great season, we can less than 5 years retire Jayden Daniels too, because that's 2 high numbers that they would have to retire. They haven't retired Joe Burrow's number yet either as well, but nobody has worn it, so I can understand Jayden Daniels' frustration. I'm a Heisman winner, but considering the standard was set so high by Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow, I kind of understand LSU's reasoning, because you can't retire everybody's number, and yeah, the standard is high. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. He's talking about he's going to not let LSU use his name and likeness anymore as a repercussion of giving his number out. We'll see what ends up happening, but I can understand both sides, but this is LSU, so it's kind of hard to say, hey, retire my numbers because I won a Heisman, but I didn't win a national championship. So that's what's going on there. Let's do a quick NFL roundup of what's going on around the league. We're going to start off with the suspension of James Pierce. He's out for 8 games for violating the NFL personal conduct policy. We all know what happened with his girlfriend, WNBA player. Yeah, that's not allowed in the league, so he's suspended for the first 8 games, which is bad for the Falcons because they also lost their other edge rusher who's out for the whole season with the torn ACL, Jalen Walker. They took both players in the first round last year, so they had high hopes for both of them to be their edge rushers for the future, but they're off to bad starts this year, and we'll see if they can rebound off of that. Next up, we got the injury of we'll go injuries. We'll talk about Jeremiah Love. He has an ankle injury. He's projected to be out a week. That is why it's tougher to kind of take a running back high in the draft, because if an injury does happen, it's kind of harder to rebound from, and you're relying so much on them. But as I've said previously, I love Jeremiah Love. I love his game, so I'm really hoping he'll be back for them. Obviously, they're keeping him out for the rest of the preseason. He should be back week 1, so we'll hopefully see a great season from Jeremiah Love. Another injury we have is Christian McCaffrey. He has a lower body injury. He's apparently supposed to be ready for week 1. He's had nagging injuries the last few years, so we'll see if Christian McCaffrey can bounce back for the San Francisco 49ers and have another great year like he did last year. And then lastly, we have Jamal Adams' knee injury. Jamal Adams, who could possibly been great for the Minnesota Vikings. I think he would have been great in Brian Flores' system. He has had the worst injury luck in the world. He's had another knee injury where he's likely out for the year, so that's very unfortunate for Jamal Adams and for the Minnesota Vikings, because I think he would have been a great piece for them going forward. All right, next up, let's talk about a couple signings. We'll talk about Devon Witherspoon continuing to reset the cornerback market. 4-year, $132 million, $33 million a year. Now the highest paid cornerback. He was huge for the Seattle Seahawks last year in their championship team. He was huge for one of the best defenses in the league, possibly of all time. This was a great payday for him, and a great way to continue up in the cornerback market for the next generations of corners. You got Christian Gonzalez, who wants to be paid next, so he'll likely top that offer, and it's good to see just the movement and them continue to get closer to receivers as far as contract status goes. So those and one more, we got Keanu Benton, part of my Pittsburgh Steelers. You might not know him as much. Defensive tackle, who kind of play both, a little bit of end, kind of Cameron Hayward type. Up-and-coming young player, a part of that great 2023 class that I love. They also signed Nick Herbig and Darnell Washington from that class. So they're kind of starting to bring in that core together, re-sign them. I'm loving it. I love that class. I think it's a great way to build them. They're just kind of missing that quarterback of the future to kind of put everything together. So that's pretty much what's going on around the league. And that's all I pretty much have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. my hot take today is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers going to win the division. I know, kind of biased, but we won it last year. We're either going to be really good or really bad. I'm hoping it's really good, and I'm kind of buying into the hype going into this season. So I'm going to say the Steelers are going to win the division over the Bengals and the Ravens. We're not worried about the Browns, so we'll see what ends up happening there. So thank you guys again for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and you guys have been very supportive. Leave your comments. Let me know what you guys think of this week. What's going on? How you feeling? And that's pretty much all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. I'm Garrett Hart, and I'm out.